Alright, good day to our traders and investors out there who subscribe to our channel, Askal Sa Merkado. Today we're back again for our PSEI overview. This will be for November 21st to 25, which would be tomorrow. Today's Sunday, November 20. It's evening, and wala kita ka creative overview last 2 weeks. We were not able to do overview last 2 weeks. I have been out. We've been busy with some other stuff, so we're back now. So we have some difficulties, or hard positioning last 2 weeks. That was a result from U.S. Election, which just concluded, which had at a conclusion where Trump won the election. So that was a market uncertainty. So we could expect some continuation until Trump would finally sit down the office. Alright, so every market had been affected. It's not just the Philippines. Every market had been affected from that election. So let's look at where our chart would lead us, or where our price action would tell us to go for the next week's trading. So with all that being said, let's go back and look at our charts.
Right, now we're back to our chart, and today we're gonna do this a little differently. This is a good learning activity, especially for newcomers here in the stock market, investing and trading in stock market. So for this particular analysis, majority of our analysis would just be based from price action. Okay, so there will be no indicator to be used for this analysis, just for this price action. But of course, that's for the duration of the analysis. Later on, we're just gonna use some indicators, just to make a point that you could trade just by looking at price action, reading price action, and then indicators would just be your confluence. So kung bisaya pa, price action lang atong tanawon sa ano pagkabaw by using price action movements, and then ang kanang indicators imo lang ng confluence later on, just to match your analysis or theory that is based on pure price action. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Friday we've closed. We had a doji candle. So that means to say there could be a resistance around that area, wherein the bull, the buyers or the demand wasn't able to push through up with the prices. So now let's put some horizontal line right here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for previous structure. We're gonna look for previous structure in the past. We look left and see if there's any structures that had been created that triggered this resistance we have right here. So if we scroll left, look left, as what would Jason Stapleton would say in a forex market. Look left, structures leaves clue. If you look at there, you see here that area had a resistance, and that's where we also got a resistance at the last Friday's trade. So most probably around this area we would see another pullback. There could be a chance that it would move up a little bit or close above, but take note that there are um, fake breakouts, and you'll learn that later. I'll explain that to you a little bit later. um, for now, we're looking at the resistance area, so we would expect price action to move down next week. So this will be the picture of next week's price action if and when the candle would not close above it. Alright, so if the candle close above this area, above the resistance, then we could probably see move upward. Okay, but as all you know, or especially for the old traders, when price action hits resistance, that's expected. It's a behavior triggering the trader that prices would reverse or bounce back at that point if that's a support. So for a resistance, that will be um, a reverse from the resistance area to the downside. Okay, now let's mark up other support area to see where we or where it could probably pull down. Alright, so let's start from this support right here, this support right here, got a lot of support right here, and just the extreme. Just don't mind the gap as of the moment. Okay, or we're just gonna discuss support resistance area. So most probably we would look at a pullback right about here, 6700 6700 points. So we are gonna pull back there. Question: nganong dili man diri, and then it would bounce up? Why do we think that it wouldn't go down here and then bounce back right after? Anyways, this is a support area. Well, the thing is, we are currently on a downtrend, meaning to say you always follow the trend, whether it's uptrend or downtrend. So if it's an uptrend, you follow the trend, so you would go buy because that's an uptrend. So since we're on a downtrend, we're on a bearish market, then you could expect this to move a bigger move down than you expect, because if you look at this move, it's just too short it's just too short for prices to be so the entire downtrend to be triggered and reverse to the upside. So it's unlikely. And one question you might have for newbies, how would you determine the trend? Well, for this trend we have currently, we're on a bear market, so we're on a downtrend. So you start with the reversal point where it all started, and down the first leg, or the first correction it had created, then where it bounced back, then it broke down again, bounced back, broke down, bounced back, and then broke down, and then bounced back. Alright, for you to determine it's a breakdown or a downtrend, price action created an initial low. Okay, this is an initial low. Let's try to change the colors. So this is our initial low, right? And then it bounced up, and now it created a new lower low. Okay, lower than the previous low. that would tell you that price action or prices are going down. That's a simple logic. That's just price action. No indicators, just price action. Okay, so where did it bounce back? Right about here, and then it bounced back, and then it broke down again, created another lower low, then bounced back, and another lower low. So if you see there, it's a ladder. Okay, it's a ladder. So we would really see where the market would go and where it would follow. And if we try to create a line to where it bounced back, let's see if there's any previous structure before that. So for this one, we see the structure's resistance right here, previous structure resistance now becomes support, and another previous resistance right here. If you can see, we have a double tap or a double top right here. It didn't quite move up or break out resistance, so that's resistance being retested before it broke out. So that's our resistance area for this move right here. And then for this move, okay, for this move, yeah, right about this V, it didn't quite get there. It didn't quite get there, but as much as you look at it, the closer it is, you could consider that a resistance or support area. Actually, we have it right here. We have it right here. Actually three retests before it moved up and then bounced down. So there, if you look at that price action, you would always see a pattern from the previous structure. So again, you always look left. Structures leaves clues, so you would really see areas where price could potentially pull back into or bounce back. So in this case, we've already tested this resistance that is now considered as support, and then we go back down here since we already reach a resistance area, so we could expect a pull down right here. Okay, so that's how you look at price action basing on previous structures, footprint from the previous structures. Okay, so that's it. So now let's try to put some indicators, just to see any confluence or confirm our price action analysis. So if you're now doing your own analysis and you wanted to add more verification, you just wanted to see if you're right, you wanted to know that this move is valid or could have a bigger chance than a move upward, you wanted to know. So let's just gonna pull out, we're just gonna pull out moving averages. Okay, moving averages. Okay, we're just gonna pull out moving averages. Okay, this is what I use, moving averages. I use them a lot. So if you look at let me take off all the drawings. If we look at moving averages, our short term moving average, this is my moving average 20, this is moving average 10. The short term already crossed under moving average 200, so that means to say prices 200 periods before are now at the same price as the short term we have. So that means to say price action are getting cheaper. Alright, getting cheaper meaning there's a lot of people selling in the market, which drives it downwards. And then you also see this purple or magenta color. You would see it's almost closing at 200 as well. This is a midterm period, about 50 periods midterm price you have. So in the midterm period, you would see that price action is about to cross. So we're seeing prices really going cheaper by every period. So it's a progression, because 20 and 10 are all covered by the 50. Okay, so that's how we look at it. So meaning to say, if our moving averages are pointing are on a bearish bias, or our moving average are going down, then you expect that price action would react to that and see a movement downward as well. Alright, so that's how you look at trading. And if you still want to add more, if you wanted to practice trading price action, you wanted to add more confluence, say Ichimoku cloud, you will see a Ichimoku cloud is a total breakdown. Chiku span breakdown, Kumo. We have a bearish Kumo. Let's see the Kaijin-sen price action are trading below Kaijin-sen after the TK cross was right about here, which was the crossover as well of the short-term averages. So this is the first area of taking profit. Second area is when they cross the 50s. Third area, if you still have profit, is around 100. The last but not least is the 200 period, where it all, you might have lost already all the profit you have gained over time for a period of time if you weren't able to sell right about here. Okay, so that's how you trade price action. And the confluence, you could use indicators as your confluence. So I hope you've learned from this video. Don't forget to share this to your friends who are trading. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we can provide you more videos, and comment below if you also have any questions. Alright, so again, I'll be looking at next analysis for next week, probably, if I have time. So I hope to see you in the next video.